Hey, welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff. You are here on the How to Review. Today, we are going to dig into a few really interesting articles. One, CZ copied Ethereum to make the BSC, better known as the Binance Smart Chain. Is it original? Is it a knockoff? An identical copy? Was there any reverse engineering? We need to talk about that. How about Vitalik from Ethereum receiving $5 billion in a new token called SHIBA? And another big question came up. Should Coinbase have launched Coin as an ERC20 token and not as a stock? I think those are three really key articles, key thoughts that we're going to dig into. We're going to get into it. Let's go.
And now, the HODL Review with Jeff on the Chain.
All right, we're back. So, you know where I want to start? I want to start with this SHIBA, this whole idea of SHIBA. So, you know, this was, let me see here. You know, I thought Dogecoin, SHIBA, is it a knockoff? Is it legit? Is it not legit? Let's see what we got here. This popped up on Decrypt. So, Dogecoin knockoff. First and foremost, you know, Dogecoin knockoff. Is it legit? Was even SHIBA? Does it have a full use case? Or is it just kind of a meme token, which I think is one of the things that they're claiming? But maybe not. Maybe there's, you know, additional usage. But with all of this, so Vitalik received 50% of the SHIBA supply from the developers. So all in all, what does that equal? That equals to, oh, look at that. Here it says 8 billion. I don't know if that's accurate. Oh no, that's not. It's not him. Here's SHIBA. Put, let's see, 6.2 billion worth of coin is in circulation. Let me see, where is it? Oh, here we go. So the market cap's actually far higher. Buterin holds another 505 billion SHIB, or $8 billion in today's price. 8 billion. 8 billion. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty shocking. So if CoinMarketCap says that it's currently 6.2 billion worth of the coin is in circulation, but Vitalik holds 8 billion. So he has 1.3 billion in ETH. I don't know. I mean, it just kind of is an outlandish story. You have this new asset you can get over on BitTrue, by the way, and Vitalik is holding $8 billion worth of it, and it's moving. People are buying it. I think it probably went down in value. The last time I looked, it did go down in value. So one of those things, I don't know, you throw $100 at, see where it goes. Is it a coin that, or a token that's going to be like Doge? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So here's another one that came up, and I think this is serious. This article was really serious. Also popped up on Decrypt, but the title of it, look at this. Binance CEO CZ defends the Binance Smart Chain's Ethereum copycat. Now, as you dig into this space, you know, there are going to be similar platforms, similar ideas. There's going to be the originator of the idea. Then there are those that are going to do it better, and they're maybe going to add on to it. They're going to change. But look at this. So several months after the world's biggest crypto exchange, Binance, launches BSC, Binance Smart Chain, its own blockchain to host decentralized apps, the company took heat for invading Ethereum's turf. Now, if all they did was invade Ethereum's turf, that's one thing. The next part of this, and potentially some of the project's intellectual property. Now, if you're going to go that way and take some of the intellectual property, obviously that is extremely, extremely problematic. Now, we see this trend, and I know CZ is in San Francisco, but if you want to look at a country over in China where we know that they infringe on property rights like this, on intellectual property rights, and they reverse engineer product. They take something, they don't necessarily make it better, they infringe on it and make an exact duplicate of that product. Now, there's a difference between someone, taking the idea and making it a little bit better, making it a little bit different, versus copying their exact recipe and making the exact same thing. Case in point, McDonald's, Burger King, Pepsi, Coke, Microsoft, Apple. There were a lot of tensions between Microsoft and Apple over the years. iOS and Android. Maybe Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum and Flare. You get the idea. Now Ethereum and Binance and the BSC. But something just doesn't sit right. And I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just saying this is the accusation that's out there, and CZ's responding to it. Obviously, there's smart people out there that can dig in and kind of and analyze, analyze the software and get a good idea as to whether or not there was intellectual property infringed on. But there's one thing when you build your own with the ideas of the other. There's another when you dig in and you take their software. When you reverse engineer their product and you create an exact clone of their product. Big difference. Big difference between creating a clone and reverse engineering, or, doing your own research, writing your own code, and designing something similar but distinctly different, better in ways. So it's a major issue. And, it's interesting to see, exactly how this is going to be responded to. He just says it's all part of being an innovator. I don't know. I tend to disagree with that. Being an innovator isn't infringing on intellectual property. Sorry, you don't do that. But, he's saying that Ethereum did not invent blockchain. No. Ethereum copied blockchain from Bitcoin. Yes. But it's not the blockchain that people are concerned with Ethereum. Ethereum created an entirely new project. Entirely new. It's different. It's not the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin has its use case. Bitcoin isn't smart contracts. Ethereum is smart contract. So he said, obviously people will look at what's popular on Ethereum and try to copy it. Yes, they're going to try to copy it onto BSC. But you can't take the exact code and infringe on intellectual property right to do it. He's saying PancakeSwap versus Uniswap. Uniswap uses Ethereum. PancakeSwap would use BSC. Different. They're both different. They're not infringing on one another. But if the Binance, the BSC element is actually, taking a component of the Ethereum, then there's the infringement. So, it's interesting. So he says, Zhao then intimated that historically high Ethereum network transaction fees created an opening. I agree 100%. If you're making a difference, if it's changing it. Honestly, if you stay on a blockchain that costs under per transaction, you're not going to get many users. Exactly. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So if he's able to do it better and it's cheaper and they figured out that whole gas transaction thing, then, it's outstanding. That's exactly innovation. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. So really, we got to figure that out. He goes on and says developers building on BSC aren't necessarily associated with Binance. But again, really you got to dig in. Is there an infringement? I don't know. You know, it has to be looked at. You know, we have to analyze that a little bit. So it's, I'm looking more and more into his article. I don't like his comments. I don't like his feedback in some of these. That's why there's a copy of Google. There's a copy of Facebook over in China. I mean, I guess I do. You know, I agree with him. And not that I don't like it. I don't like how he's saying it. You see, that what happens is that there's duplicates being made in another country directly infringing on people's work. CZ, on the other hand, he said it's impossible to protect concepts. He says, I think the copyright laws, patents work, but they're typically very difficult. They are in some countries, but not in others. You know, it's a tough one. It really is a tough discussion. But he said, but it doesn't negate the potential illegality of creating knockoffs. You know, I mean, it really doesn't, and so this is definitely a major issue, and it's something that has to be looked at, and it's something that we'll probably run into more and more and more. Here's a final one, really interesting question, or really interesting topic here. Coinbase, let me pull this up. Coinbase should have gone public via Ethereum, says first employee, meaning it should have been launched as an ERC-20 token, traded on DeFi, and he says that right now with Coinbase trade-in, it should have started trading at 263 each, or 250 or whatever. It would have been worth double or triple that value, according to this guy Olaf. Now, that's an interesting point that he brings up, because had Coinbase gone to an ERC-20 and launched Coin as a digital asset on the platform, would it follow in the same path as BNB? Would maybe Coinbase create their own coin? BNB over $600. Coinbase kind of following that example, like others are doing. BitTrue and Celsius and others. They all have their use case built into why they're creating their own asset. Maybe Coinbase should have done that. Is it now penalizing the market? This whole IPO, the whole direct listing, and now their stock value, there's those that have bought over $400 and it was sitting at 290, 200, less than almost, maybe it was 260, 270. We'd have to look it up and see exactly where it's at. But he has a point. Maybe Coinbase would have done better. Even in the short term, maybe it would have gone up significantly. Put it out there 250. Maybe it would have grown incrementally as an asset. Maybe it would have held value better. But instead, they chose to go the IPO route. They decided to list that way. And maybe the market isn't so happy with them at the moment. I don't know. That just really, really, great thinking point. So, hey, if you guys haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. Go check out our other channel. We stream 6 days a week. We have great people on, like Charlie Silver from Permission, Alex Mashinsky, CEO of Celsius, and even Congressman Warren Davidson, the primary sponsor of the Token Taxonomy Act, is on with us May 13th, streaming live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the other channel. Look forward to seeing you there. Look forward to seeing you guys back here. And I'll check you out on the next one. Let's go.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.